This is a big deal. Apparently, lawmakers in the Senate have reached a bipartisan deal on gun control, dealing with background checks, and they plan to announce that at 11 o'clock East Coast time today. Let us go right now to Kristen Welker. She's at the White House. Kristen, good morning to you.
Matt, good morning to you. Sources close to the negotiation say two key senators have been working all night long to hammer out the final details of this deal, and they plan to announce it later this morning. Democratic Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Republican Senator Pat Toomey of Pennsylvania may be just a few hours away from announcing a deal on background checks. Sources close to the negotiation say the deal would require background checks on most commercial gun sales, including purchases made at gun shows and over the internet, but would exempt checks for most person-to-person transactions. For example, a gun could be given as a gift between relatives.
This is a tough fight. If you look at the history of gun control legislation over the last 100 years, it just hasn't happened very often at the federal level.
The deal is far less than the president was hoping for, but could be Mr. Obama's best chance for enacting new gun laws in the wake of the Newtown tragedy. Today, in a rare move, the First Lady will join the fray, traveling to her hometown of Chicago.
This is deeply emotional and deeply personal. And I think part of why she chose to go back to Chicago is that she thinks about her own childhood.
Senior advisor Valerie Jarrett says the First Lady will highlight strides that Chicago is making in combating gun violence and will invoke the memory of Hydea Pendleton, the Chicago teen who was shot and killed just days after performing at inaugural ceremonies.
It's a very personal speech. It's from the heart. You will feel the pain that she felt the day of Hydea's funeral.
Some of the loudest voices this week have come from the Newtown families, who are on Capitol Hill urging lawmakers to act. Now, the NRA has yet to comment on this deal. The Senate could take up the gun bill as early as Thursday, with some Republicans threatening to block a vote on the measure. But Democrats tell NBC News they believe they have enough votes to block a Republican filibuster. Hoda?
Kristen, the compromise obviously was bipartisan. Each side probably didn't get something. What didn't each side get?
That's right, Hoda. Well, Democrats had been hoping for background checks to be universal. They didn't get that. This is going to be a pared down, watered down version of background checks. However, they're still happy about it. Republicans skeptical to some extent about background checks, so this is a concession on their part as well. The president had ultimately been hoping for an assault weapons ban and limiting high capacity magazines. Those measures are very unlikely to pass.
All right, Kristen Welker, live. Thank you.